Hi everybody, welcome to the Dolly Studio this late afternoon during the week. And yeah, I had a long day at school. It's really weird. I'm going through my office and clearing stuff out because I'm retiring in December. And it's weird to put all kinds of papers, handouts, instructions, tests, etc. in the garbage can. 27 years I've been at the institution, and I have 27 years worth of stuff that a lot of it I'm throwing away, but it's actually made me think about my journaling again. And so I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about my Dolly journal. I'm actually thinking of doing a journal related to my retirement, but I wanted to show you what I've been doing in the Dolly journal. Here we have a couple of Dollies. By the way, we've got my bibliophile Willow. And then, of course, Dolly Days just showed up recently. Keep an eye out. I'm going to do a dress-up video with her. I have a couple of dresses I want to try on her. So if you haven't subscribed, that might be a good reason to subscribe and see what I can get her into. I'm not real keen on this dress. This part here really bugs me. I might be able to iron it and fix it, but I don't know. And then, of course, I got the headless Dolly here. She's just sporting a one of the sweaters I made recently that was in part of a collab. So let's look at the journal, what I've been doing in here. So here we have the first collab that I documented in this, and this was this little gal here, Willow, the bibliophile, and I did this collaboration with Karen over at Starches and Stitches. And here I just talked about, you know, what I did with the doll. I did a little bit of customizing on her. This was my sort of really rudimentary drawing of my plans, and then I pasted in some scraps from her dress and the outfit that I made for her. And then I talked about how it went. It actually did really well. Within the first 24 hours, I had 200 views, and for my channel, that is like phenomenal. Okay, that is a lot. I don't have a big channel, right? So yes, we're planning to do a part 2. Which I kind of wanted to anyway. The views were nice. Obviously, I really liked that. So it was just confirmation that my enjoyment of this project was worth doing again. But I really want to make some more stuff out of that Hannon book, or even the other Hannon book that I have. So I think she's a good candidate for another outfit. But more on that in a minute. But here is the Enid one that I did, and the sweater. I made a sweater like this using this yarn, and this is a swatch for the skirt that I made for her. And that is a collab that I did with Starches and Stitches and Dolls Rescued in early September. Here is the pattern that I put together. I started off initially with a pattern by Patricia Stewart that I found on Ravelry. It was a free one. And I started there, and then I changed things to the point that I had to kind of rewrite it. And I've made 3 sweaters so far, and I really like them. I'm still kind of perfecting them. I think I might be able to actually use this semi-recipe and make it larger, maybe for 16-inch dolls. We will see how that goes. But this kind of talks about how it went afterwards. It was fairly well received, and I really liked doing that project. And then here I started documenting the next bibliophile outfit, number 2. We don't have a date for this yet. I have a lot going on right now, and my brain cannot do very much as far as figuring out when we're going to do this. But Karen and I are going to do another one, and we invited Claire, who makes things on YouTube, because she actually was inspired by our bibliophile collab and already made a bibliophile outfit. Hers was from the Dolly book that Karen actually used, and she made a bibliophile outfit, even though actually Claire does own Kendra the bibliophile. So that was interesting. And I've left a blank page here. This is where I'm going to do a drawing of my vision for the next outfit for this doll, the next bibliophile outfit. And then I have, here is a list. This is sort of project related, because that's really how this book, this Dolly book of mine, this Dolly journal, is. Blythe projects is what the focus is. And I realized I'm getting into this now, and I know I had a lot of AliExpress dolls, but I didn't know exactly how many I had tucked away. And I mean tucked away, I don't mean like, you know, like dolls that are out and about and I'm doing stuff with, right? I mean dolls that I had in a couple of bins, and how I wanted to know how many I had total, which I have 20 total, and then, you know, what kind of features do they have? Like, I have 3 Malibus. If anything happens to that Malibu, I have 3 more. I've got a couple blue-haired ones, purple hair, pink hair, black hair. So I have a sort of a list now, and I think I'm pretty good. You know, the tariffs have really turned off my intent to buy anything internationally for a while. And obviously I have 20 AliExpress dolls that I can use. So that'll keep me for a while. But anyway, that's all I've got so far in my little journal here, in my Blythe doll journal. I guess it's a Blythe project journal, you could call it. But yeah, I am thinking of doing a journal related to my retirement. I have, like I said, I'm throwing away a lot of stuff, but then I'm also finding things like old photographs of me with, you know, some professors that aren't there anymore, and what else, you know, certificates and awards and stuff like that. And I thought, you know, I'm not going to throw those away. Maybe I will put them in a little art journal, and it'll be a nice sort of way to cleanse myself in January 2026, I guess. So anyway, thanks for spending a little dolly time with me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And as usual, please give this a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Have a wonderful dolly day. Bye-bye.